Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé, ká gbé lárugẹ, títí wa ní Lagelu and District Professional Society, tiwa ní Institute of Chartered Accountants, ká gbé lárugẹ, kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu, unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, ká lè thrive, Lagelu, Lagelu, let's unite, kájọṣe, in peace and harmony, kájọṣe, let's collaborate, Lagelu, with professional knowledge, Lagelu, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọ gbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Kájọṣe, Lagelu, unite, collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé, ká gbé lárugẹ, títí wa ní Lagelu and District Professional Society, tiwa ní Institute of Chartered Accountants, ká gbé lárugẹ, kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu, unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, ká lè thrive, Lagelu, Lagelu, let's unite, in peace and harmony, kájọṣe, let's collaborate, Lagelu, with professional knowledge, Lagelu, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọ gbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Kájọṣe, Lagelu, unite, collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu.
Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Ejaka jongbe, kagbelarugẹ, titi wani, Lagelu and District Professional Society, Tiwani, Institute of Chartered Accountants, kagbelarugẹ, kò gbọdọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu, unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, kálẹ̀ tribe, Lagelu, let's unite, in peace and harmony, let's collaborate, with professional knowledge, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọgbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kò gbọdọ̀ dàrú. Kájọṣe, unite, collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Ejaka jongbe, kagbelarugẹ, titi wani, Lagelu and District Professional Society, Tiwani, Institute of Chartered Accountants, kagbelarugẹ, kò gbọdọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate, so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu, unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kálẹ̀ tribe, Lagelu, let's unite, in peace and harmony, let's collaborate, with professional knowledge, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọgbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kò gbọdọ̀ dàrú. Kájọṣe, unite, collaborate, so we can try. Lagelu, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Ejaka jongbe, kagbelarugẹ, titi wani, Lagelu and District professional society tiwa ní Institute of Chartered Accountants kágbélárugẹ kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can try. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu. Unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, ká lè thrive, Lagelu. Lagelu, let's unite, in peace and harmony, let's collaborate, with professional knowledge, Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọgbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú, kájọṣe, unite, collaborate, so we can thrive, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé kágbélárugẹ títí wa ní Lagelu and District Professional Society tiwa ní Institute of Chartered Accountants kágbélárugẹ kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can try. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu. Unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, ká lè thrive, Lagelu, Lagelu. Let's unite, kájọṣe, in peace and harmony, kájọṣe, let's collaborate, Lagelu, with professional knowledge, Lagelu, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọgbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú, kájọṣe, unite, collaborate, so we can thrive, Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking districts, Lagelu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé kágbélárugẹ títí wa ní Lagelu and District Professional Society tiwa ní Institute of Chartered Accountants kágbélárugẹ kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can try. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking district, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu. Unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, ká lè thrive, Lagelu, Lagelu. Let's unite, kájọṣe, in peace and harmony, kájọṣe, let's collaborate, Lagelu, with professional knowledge, Lagelu, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọ gbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kó gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Kájọṣe, Lagelu, unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, so we can thrive. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking district, Lagelu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé, ká gbé lárugẹ, títí wa ní Lagelu and District Professional Society. Tiwani Institute of Chartered Accountants, ká gbé lárugẹ, kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can thrive. Lagelu, let's unite, let's collaborate so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking district, Lagelu. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu, Lagelu. Unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, ká lè thrive, Lagelu, Lagelu. Let's unite, kájọṣe, in peace and harmony, kájọṣe, let's collaborate, Lagelu, with professional knowledge, Lagelu, Lagelu. Kájọṣe, kájọ gbé lárugẹ, kó má bàjẹ́ kó gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Kájọṣe, Lagelu, unite, kájọṣe, collaborate, kájọṣe, so we can thrive. Lagelu, kájọṣe, kájọṣe, Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking district, Lagelu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbé, ká gbé lárugẹ, títí wa ní Lagelu and District Professional Society, Tiwani Institute of Chartered Accountants, ká gbé lárugẹ, kò gbọ́dọ̀ dàrú. Mama, Papa, let's unite, Let's collaborate so we can thrive. Lagelu, let's unite. Let's collaborate so we can thrive together. Lagelu. Institute of Chartered Accountants, Nigeria, Lagelu, and District Society, the networking district, Lagelu. Lagelu, Kajoshe, Kajoshe, Lagelu, Lagelu, unite, Kajoshe, collaborate, Kajoshe, Kale tribe, Lagelu, Lagelu, let's unite, in peace and harmony, Kajoshe, let's collaborate, Lagelu, with professional knowledge, Lagelu.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Noble ICAN, noble ICAN, your accuracy we cherish. We uphold your integrity.
Stand as one in Lagelu and the streets, our network in the streets. Icons guide the lights, we pave our way. With icons for values, we lead our way. We are Lagelu and the streets, standing tall as one. With unity and strength, our journey has begun. Integrity, accuracy, and in us each day. If I can score values, we lead the way. We live with unity and our journey has begun. Integrity, accuracy, and in us each day. If I can score values, we lead the way. Our beacon of light never it goes each day. With icons cover youth, we lead away.
In Lagelu and District Society, we unite, we collaborate, and we thrive.
Someone please confirm that you can hear my voice. I've been speaking for the past 5 minutes, thinking somebody could hear me. Somebody please confirm that you can hear my voice. Ladies and gentlemen, sincere apologies for the break in transmission. I had been speaking since the anthems ended up playing, not knowing that I was not audible. Sincere apologies, please. I would like to appreciate dear professional colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to ICAN, Lagelu, and District Society this afternoon. You are welcome to the networking district where we unite, collaborate, and thrive together. In the name of our sitting chairman, Elder Patterson, Ariemuduigho, our second chairman, I would like to welcome you specially to this special technical session that has been put together by the technical committee in conjunction with the technical committee. I wish you could see my video, but my phone is heating up, and as such, it has gone offline. Before we kickstart the activity for this afternoon. The theme that has brought us together is one that is paramount in the professional accountant's dashboard as we have it now. We're looking at the theme, the Green Ledger, how ICAN members can lead Africa's sustainability revolution. This is a topic or a theme that has been carefully put together by the technical committee and the membership committee for not just the members of our districts, but of course, professional accountants all over the country. As you will see in the theme, it says how ICAN members can lead Africa's sustainability revolution. So would like to appreciate the technical committee and the membership committee for bringing this on board at this very crucial time. Would like to appreciate our revered elders, starting with the 62nd president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Ajias Quinsley Segosime Sofuratu. Would like to appreciate members of council. We would like to appreciate members of district leadership at the zonal level. We'd like to appreciate members of districts all over the country who has taken interest in what we have this afternoon. We sincerely want to appreciate our dear chairman, Elder Patterson, Ariemuduigho, and of course his executive committee for giving us the enabling environment to put all this together and for giving us the backing, financial and otherwise, to come on this platform so we can reach you this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, without taking much of our time, we crave your indulgence to give us a few minutes. When the time is right, we will take about 5 minutes from you this afternoon so that we can broadcast a special message, one that borders on safety of the family unit, safety of professional colleagues, safety of our children, and of course, safety of everyone across board. When the time is right, let us know what that is about. But before we move forward, I'd like to bring forward our dear chairman, Elder Patterson Ariemuduigho, to kindly give our audience this afternoon a very warm welcome in the best possible way, like he has always done. So, Mr. Chairman, the floor is open to you. Kindly unmute your microphone and speak to the audience, sir.
Thank you very much, our dear moderator. And thank you very much, the technical team, for the wonderful work you are doing. Good afternoon, everyone. The 62nd president of our institute, Ajias Segosime, the council members of ICAN, the convener and council member of our institute, the chairman, the pioneer chairmanship, Mrs. Omokemi Oladikbo, fellow and associate members of our institute, distinguished participants, my dear colleagues and friends. On behalf of the Executive Committee of ICAN, Lagelu and District Society, the networking district where we unite, collaborate, and thrive together, I warmly welcome you to today's virtual technical session. We are delighted that you have joined us for this timely and insightful discussion on sustainability accounting, which will be anchored by Professor Francis Benga Fashanu. As the global focus continues to shift towards sustainable development and responsible business practices, the accounting profession has a vital role to play in shaping a more resilient and accountable future. I therefore encourage everyone to actively participate in this session, engage with our resource person, and take full advantage of the knowledge and practical insights that will be shared. I also believe that in the course of this session, before it's ended up, there is going to be a questions and answer session at the end of the presentation where members will have the opportunity to clarify issues on sustainability and development. I want to thank you without wasting much of your time for making our time to be with us today. Before I end this welcome address, I want to sincerely plead that as many as possible, we have several activities that have been lined up for this chairmanship period this week. It will be good to avail yourself to join some of these activities. A very big one is coming up on Wednesday. All members of our institute that are available in Ibadan and environs are kindly welcome to the technical and public lecture that will be taking place at the UI Hotel, University of Ibadan. It's going to be taken by our own Professor Olayinka Adekiniju. Adekiniju. Please forgive me for my pronunciation. I wish you all a rewarding and a powerful learning experience this afternoon. You are welcome and thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much. I'd like to pick it up from where the chairman stopped his welcome address. It is indeed a week-long activity leading to the investiture of our second chairman. It all started yesterday with a press conference where members of the district, the public, and of course, gentlemen of the press were addressed. It was a wonderful outing. What we have here is the second leg in that series of activities. On Wednesday, just like the chairman said, at 11 a.m. in UI Hotels in Ibadan, we would have a public lecture titled Accounting, the Compass for Economic Navigation in Turbulent Times. I repeat, Accounting, the Compass for Economic Navigation in Turbulent Times. And of course, that lecture will be delivered by no other than the seasoned and erudite professor of economics, Professor Olayinka Adekinju. Would love to welcome you. It is open to the public. Professional accountants, of course, will be given priority to attend that event. As the program commences, we have on Thursday, we have courtesy visits. On Friday, there will be a Jumat prayer service to commit everything into the hands of God. And on Saturday, 25th of July at 11 a.m. in Awini Arena, Ibadan, we are going to experience the Grand Investiture. It's a show of professional excellence. It's a show of, let me not let the cat out of the bag. If you are availed, kindly join us on that day. I will promise that it's going to be a fun-filled, ceremony. To cap it all up, there will be a Thanksgiving service on Sunday, 26th of July at New Covenant Church, Onireke, Ibadan. It's always good to give thanks after your lineup of activities have come into fruition. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I mentioned earlier, before the chairman came up for the welcome address, that we want to take about 5 minutes of your time this afternoon to introduce something novel, something indigenous, something that is geared to see to the safety of ourselves and, of course, our families. Without letting the cat out of the bag, ladies and gentlemen, we'll dedicate 5 minutes to hear from Mr. Olatunbosun Obileye, where he would speak to us about this security and safety package that not just professional accountants, but every human being across the face of the earth should be aware of and should prioritize. So I would like to yield the microphone to Mr. Olatunbosun Obileye as he takes the next 5 minutes to speak to our audience. Mr. Bosun, over to you, sir. Mr. Bosun, if you are speaking, we cannot hear you. Okay, I think there seems to be some network challenge somewhere. We'll come back to Mr. Bosun Obile for his 5 minutes. At this point, I'd like to bring forward the Technical Secretary of Lagelu and District Society in the person of Mr. Eitaya Sulaiman, who would give us the objectives into the webinar this afternoon. He is the chairman of the team that has put this together, and of course, it would be nice to hear from him as to what the session seeks to unpack, what you and I stand to benefit. So, Mr. Technical Secretary, kindly unmute your microphone and speak to the audience. Thank you very much.
Hello?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Beautiful. The 62nd president of our Grace Institute, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Hajia Kingsley Sofurat Segosime, MNIFCA, our council member here present, the district chairman here present, past district chairman, and district secretary and committee members and chairmen of entire district here present. We are glad to have you. It is with great pleasure that we welcome you all to this July 2026 technical session of Lagelu and District Society. Today's gathering is particularly significant because it marks the second of the series of events leading to the investiture of the second chairman of ICAN Lagelu and District Society. The theme of today's session, the Green Ledger, how ICAN members can lead Africa's sustainability revolution, is both timely and strategic. Around the world, organizations are moving beyond reporting solely on financial performance to communicating how they create value over time through environmental stewardship, social responsibility, and sound governance. As chartered accountants, we are uniquely positioned to lead this transformation. Our expertise in measurement, assurance, governance, and reporting places us at the forefront of helping organizations integrate financial and non-financial information into meaningful decision-making. The future of our profession lies not only in safeguarding financial integrity, but also in driving sustainable value creation. Hence, the objective of this webinar is to equip members with practical insights into evolving sustainability landscape, and to demonstrate how ICAN members can become trusted advisors in ESG reporting. Integrated reporting, sustainability assurance, and strategic business transformation, we can also seek to deepen our understanding of how sustainability reporting can improve access to capital, attract responsible investment, enhance organizational reputation, and contribute meaningfully to African economic development. We are indeed privileged to have with us Professor Francis Benga Fashanu as our facilitator. He's one of the few professionals who combine academic excellence, international experience, and practical expertise in accounting, finance, governance, and sustainability. Such a resource person is rare to come by, and we are honored that he has accepted to share his wealth of knowledge with us today. I therefore encourage every participant to take full advantage of this unique learning opportunity by listening attentively, taking notes, and engaging actively during this interactive session. By the end of today's webinar, I expect that every participant will have a clearer appreciation of the strategic role accountants play in advancing sustainability, a better understanding of global sustainability and integrated reporting frameworks, and practical knowledge that can be applied within our organizations and professional engagements. More importantly, I hope we all live inspired to become ambassadors of sustainable business practices and trusted professionals who create value beyond numbers. On behalf of the technical and membership committee, I sincerely appreciate every member and guest who have made time to be part of this session. I have no doubt that today's discussion will be insightful, thought-provoking, and professionally rewarding. Once again, I warmly welcome you all and wish us a fruitful and impactful technical session. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Technical Secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, so that was the objectives of the webinar by Mr. Eitaya Sulaiman, FCA, the Technical Secretary of Lagelu and District Society. We had a technical glitch some minutes ago and could not hear from our guest this afternoon about the safety and security matter we feel we should dedicate just 5 minutes of our time to. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring forward once again Mr. Olatubosun Obileye within 5 minutes to address us on safety and security. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I hope you can see my screen. So, the title in the next 5 minutes is Leading at Work, Losing at Home, Digital Solution for Nigeria Family. We, sometime in 2024, NTA International had a symposium, and it was to engage every parent and stakeholders of family in Nigeria. Sometime later in 2025, early January, China's television aired it, and they were discussing problems that are coming up. A case of a child that was even kidnapped as a result of Facebook chatting, Instagram chatting with somebody. Is this Snapchat or Instagram? And they were talking about what can we do to help our children. It has become addiction also to many, affecting their results. We noticed that there was a state in Nigeria in the east that decided to take some control, and then the results for their students in WAEC improved. However, there are more cases beyond this. My name is Olatubosun Obileye. I'm a cybersecurity professional. I'm a father also. And at international level, I'm one of those that developed the standard for cybersecurity. If you have ever gone for CISSP, CCSP, I'm one of those that set the standard and exam for the whole world. And this solution is built here in Nigeria. Now it is at global level. It is built by us to help us manage our peculiar challenge in Nigeria and then to the world. It was tested for 6 continuous months by parents across the country. And currently, what we are looking at is how do we, as professionals, when we lead at work, do we know what is happening in our various homes? As lawyers that could not be here, but they are managing clients, they manage the risk in their home. Doctors that treat and see vital signs, do they see the vital signs when their children, they are spending too much time on the screen? Accountants that we are here, auditing every ledger, ensuring that there is profitability in businesses, helping us to ensure that the business grow and that the country is stable. Do we know what is going on in the digital life of our children? The engineers also, they design safe structures, but do they have this in their home? Every professional today has a blind spot, almost safe close to that.
Why do we say professional? We are the ones that will go to our work, we leave our children in private schools. When they come back, we are still at work. But do we know what is going on when we are not with them? A study reveals that 54% of children between the age of 16 in Nigeria, I'm not talking about outside Nigeria, have encountered cyber abuse online. And while we are doing our pilot test last year, a boy that is going to sit for WAEC, he has sat for WAEC this year now, spent 38 hours in a week alone on WhatsApp. We did not include the Snapchat. And there is another app that we found out that they are using, and gaming also. And today we know that 107 million of Nigerians, they have internet-enabled mobile phone. That is 64%. And the median age of every Nigerian is 18.1. So every of these numbers that we showed here represent a family. Your family may already be in them. And what we are coming up with is, apart from talking about the screen time, we have cases in this Oyo state, in my mother's town, where pupils are in the class and teachers, and they kidnap them. Thank God to our security operatives and our able governor, as well as the president, for helping us to reduce our cries in this state. And today they have been rescued. But that danger is still there. Almost Safe is here now as a product. We have to look at our peculiar situation in this country. That how can we ensure that when our children go to school, we know when they have arrived back at home, or when they have gone to school, or when they are leaving school environment beyond where they should be. If they are moving from Mapo and they are supposed to go down to Bere, if we find them going to Bodija, something should alert us so that we can call for help. And if any of our children they are in danger, can we get something that without they even calling to send message to us? Let us see their location of what is going on around our children. And that is what we have developed with this for every family in Nigeria. It is called Almost Safe. It is supposed to manage the screen time, the clear safety zones for us when we have created it, to protect the children from wild content. You can see who is calling your child, who is grooming your child. You can see who they are talking to. You can block the content. You can enable the phone. You can block the phone from even going online, or even that's a system that is built itself. This is Thomas description that it will act on behalf of your child when there is danger. That is where we are looking at. So all what I've mentioned, they are listed here: the screen time, automatic screen lock, block content. You can see the usage. You can also set what is called safe zone. What you have as a screen beside not screen design. That use it, and it was in those when of your child, even when your child switch off his or her own phone, you can know, you can control what is going on, and you can get the history of your child movement. Now, what we are talking about is when there is a real danger and the child that normally walks to school start to run, the phone will alert you that the child is in a panic situation. You can decide to make the phone to respond by itself by studying the way your child normally moves. Or
Yes,
you
sir,
set
Patterson.
yes, sir.
You have 1 minute more, sir.
Okay, sir. Or you can set the vibration to let you know. So with all what we have said here now, what we are saying is this is not just for young children, it is for every family member, for those in the school, for the elderly, for the parents traveling, for spouse and partners to help yourself navigate around in this dangerous time. You can go to our Apple Store and Android Play Store to download this. It's a solution that has free 5-day trial on any of this what that we have here. And once you download it, you can use it for 5 days. In fact, the system will notify us and will be able to support you all through. We said that it's from Nigeria, but right now it has been approved across the world. It's adopted in the US, and people are downloading it, using it across the world. Thank you for this privilege. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bosun. Thank you so much. Kindly, I can't recall. Did you call your website address for the audience, sir?
So it is almostsafe.com. But the
Okay,
app itself
almostsafe.com.
is, yes, the app itself is on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. It has gone through all the required global standard, not just Nigeria data protection, global standard. And it's available there for everyone in the world to take. But it's from Nigeria to the world. And it's the first in Africa. I should let us know that. This is the first from Africa to the world. As I'm talking now, I'm talking from Texas in US. This is already being used in the US.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Kindly call your phone number if you're comfortable with that, Mr. Bosun, your phone number, your email address, in case anyone in the audience wish to reach out.
Okay, my email is obileye@vericortex.com. I'm comfortable with it. Vericortex is a company here in Nigeria that is managing it. It has also been registered in the US. So it's the same company from Nigeria that is now global. And the phone number is, please ensure you put +234 before you send anything to me. If not, so it will not deliver.
Okay.
+234 803 719 6646. I say it again, +234 803 719 6646. So you
Once
can
more, sir.
reach me by WhatsApp, which is actually the best way because of the time zone. WhatsApp is
All
the
right, then.
best to reach me. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bosun Bile. If
Thank
I
you,
could
sir.
lend my voice on this course, ladies and gentlemen, I've had to use Google Family Link. Family Link is a platform where you could independently control what your children do on their tablets, on their electronic devices. But when I assessed this almost safe feature, Google Family Link is on level 1, while this almost safe has taken it to level 10. It is a global standard application and feature that is geared towards managing what our children are doing with their electronic devices. The world has gone advanced to the point where we cannot just shy away from giving them these electronic devices. But we can't just give them those devices. We must make sure that this kind of physical monitoring that would apply where those devices are not present, we must apply it. And Almost Safe is looking to bridge that gap and provide solution in that area. Once again, Mr. Obileye, we thank you for your time this afternoon. We wish you all the best in this endeavor. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the discourse on sustainability and ESG. I would like to inform our audience this afternoon that this program attracts 5 MCPD credit hours. And for us to be eligible, I'm sure majority of us have seen emails telling us or giving us directive as to how we can benefit. But also this afternoon, we'd also like to make it known that for you to be eligible for the 5 MCPD credit hour, we just ask your indulgence. Follow us across all our social media channels. As you are here on YouTube this afternoon, kindly give us a subscribe on Instagram as well, and of course on Facebook. Any moment from now, the link to the attendance form will be pinned to the chat where you can get to register your attendance, because I can see a multitude of membership numbers, email addresses, ACS and FCS flying all over the place. We crave your indulgence. Let us tidy it up in a professional manner by using a formal attendance register to collate everyone who has joined us this afternoon, and of course, so that we can process the 5 MCPD credit hours on a timely note. Going to the session proper, I would like to call on the membership committee chairman, Mr. Damlala Jutubo, to kindly play the reel of our resource person from this afternoon. We have seen the names on the flyer. Professor Francis Olugbenga Fashanu, but probably we don't know anything about them. It would be nice to know who Professor Fashanu is, and of course, the reel will be played out to us right about now so that we can meet our resource person. Over to you, sir. Mr. Oshuntubo. Mr. Oshuntubo, are you there? We can't see anything from your screen. Okay, while we're looking to sort that out, the register, attendance register will be pinned at the top of the chat platform. Right about now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the link to the attendance register has been pinned to the top of the chat box. Kindly make use of that to register your attendance for this session this afternoon. Mr. Oshuntubo, we still cannot see anything from your end. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely apologize.
International finance delivered at both undergraduate and graduate
Okay,
levels.
Mr. Oshuntubo, please start all over again, please.
Over 25 years experience working in a variety of roles. Professor Francis Benga Fashanu is an accomplished academic, seasoned management consultant, and a professional accountant. He brings to this keynote a rare combination of frontline corporate experience, rigorous academic scholarship, and deep roots in both Nigeria and the Canadian professional and academic communities. He joined the Pillion School of Business, Sheridan College, Ontario, Canada, as a full-time faculty member in December 2008. Before then, he taught at many universities in Japan and Canada, bringing a truly global perspective to this topic. He currently serves as the subject matter expert for the corporate finance stream of courses at the Pillion School of Business, Canada. His teaching portfolio spans business culture, business mathematics, statistics, managerial accounting, financial accounting, corporate finance, and international finance, delivered at both undergraduate and graduate levels. Professor Fashanu has over 25 years' experience working in a variety of roles across multiple industries and in different countries and continents. In accounting, he has been a financial accountant, forcing accountant, accounting manager, finance director, and chief financial officer at various times and in various corporations. In consulting, Francis is the principal consultant at his own consulting outfit. He does consulting work in the area of risk management, process re-engineering, and cost management for large Canadian corporations. Professor Fashanu's academic credentials are as impressive as his professional record. He holds a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Science in Economics from the University of Ibadan, and both a Master of Philosophy and a Doctor of Philosophy in International Finance from the University of Tsukuba, Japan, which is one of the Asia's most respected research universities. He is also a fully designated professional accountant, holding the CPA, CMA, and CGA designations from Canada, and previously served as a subject matter expert in financial accounting, managerial accounting, and corporate finance for CGA Canada, as well as an examiner and marker for CMA Canada. His contributions in both the CGA and the CMA Canada accounting bodies before the merger into CPA Canada helped shape the very standard by which chartered accountants across Canada were trained and assessed. Professor Fasano is also a committed philanthropist. He actively supports charitable organizations in Canada and champion education-related initiatives in Nigeria. He has an enduring connection to and with investment in the communities that shaped him. He is a proud alumnus of United Secondary School, Agugu, Idiobi, Ibadan. Professor Francis being a fashion merely a commentator on the future of the accounting profession. He is one of its builder with clap innovation, make wake up. Professor Fashion.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience and understanding. I'd like to yield the floor at this point to Prof for an expose on the theme for this evening. Prof, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know, can everybody hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Excellent, thank you. Let me share my screen so we can start. Give me 1 second. I think this is my screen. Is that my screen? I just want to see the right one. Give me 1 second. Okay, that's the right one. Share that. Okay, is that what I'm sharing? Perfect. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Why is it not playing? So everybody, I just want to get this working. I'm having some technical difficulty. That will be sorted out in 1 minute. Okay, I think that should be it. So what are they seeing?
We can see, okay, yes, we can see a
Okay, this is
PowerPoint
what you're seeing.
presentation.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. Is it clear to everybody now? Is it good now?
Very clear, Prof.
Like a perfect. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for inviting me in. And also thank you so much for that amazing bow that you read for me. And listening to that, I was like, okay, are they talking about me or somebody else? Oh, then I said, well, you know what? All the fact of it are mine. So they must be talking about me. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. And my name is Francis Olugbenga Fashano. I teach here in Canada. I'm a CPA, CGA, CMA. I teach finance and accounting here in Canada, but this session I'm about to discuss today is built for ICAN members that are practicing right here in Nigeria. This is not a foreign framework. It's built to provide an opportunity for ICAN membership to be able to look at the next revenue line. So this is going to be important because no matter what we do nowadays, we're always looking for what is the next area for us to have the next revenue stream. So the agenda is going to be us looking at why now? Why green ledger? Why sustainability? Why is that important to us as accountants? So we're going to look at what we really do, right? We know how to count. We know how to report. But are we reporting everything? We know how to report value, but do we have the entire value? So we're going to go into that under the green ledger. Then we look at carbon and capital. We know what type of capital that we do record. We have financial capital, we record that. We have manufactured capital, we record that, right? We have our balance sheet, we have our income statement, we know how the GL works, we know how to record transactions. But are we recording all transactions? So the mandate from ICAN, we go through that. And your own playbook too, how to start, where to start. So that's what we're going to do today. And I hope you follow me, and I hope you have, I intend to make it as engaging as possible. So let's move on. The first thing we need to understand is when we are talking about sustainability, Africa right now has a 2.8 trillion in climate finance gap. And what do I mean by climate finance gap? Money that is needed for you to make all the investment in green sustainability, and how much are we actually having? So the gap between that. Nigeria itself has a mandate, the net zero mandate by 2060. So the federal government is committed to that. And when you see all this, and you know the power of ICAN, there are over 70,000 ICAN members. When you look at that, you will see that this is a huge army of people that can be used to actually actualize sustainability reporting. So, where am I going? Looking at Africa in general, and specifically Nigeria, the climate vulnerability is huge. Recently, I think about last week, we heard that the governor of Lagos State went to some areas that were flooded. Flood is happening in Lagos. We have desertification in the north. We have most of the mangrove area in the Niger Delta are gone. We have gas flaring in our oil-producing and oil-dependent economy. So how do we now take cognizance of all this. These are natural capital. This is part of what keeps the world in the way it is right now. So are we able to account for this? Or do they need to be accounted for? And we say, yes, we need to. We need to be able to account for them. Because in economics, we have the theory of externality, which means if you take action that has consequences on outside bodies, how do you now make sure that the cost of that action is internalized so that you can take it into consideration? So if you're looking at the oil dependence nature of Nigeria, most of the businesses that we have, okay, they have a continuity issue. Because if your revenue touches on oil and gas, either directly or indirectly, well, we know there could be issue because most of the world are trying to move away from oil and gas. We talk about the $2.8 trillion gap in Africa's private finance deficit. How do we close that gap? We need to be able to report in order to be able to have access to funding from the international community. Most funding agencies now expect ESG, and they also expect that there is proper accountability as far as there is sustainability assurance. These are work that only accountant can do. How do you assure them that the company they are financing is meeting the requirement of their own funding agencies? Who is able to do that? It's only accountant, and that's us, the ICAN members. Now, we might be thinking, well, is it important for us to do it? Or why should we do it? Well, we are ICAN members, we are in Nigeria, so do we have to do it? Yes, we have to. In terms of regulation, there is a binding sustainability disclosure guidelines that is expected by the Security and Exchange Commission. So that require all publicly listed companies to fully disclose their sustainability efforts. We also have from the sorry about that. We also have the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. They also expected, and they are actively promoting integrated reporting. The same thing, the federal government of Nigeria have a target of net zero by 2060. That is the zero emissions. So if we see all of this, ICAN itself, ICAN also has identified sustainability as a core professional competency. Okay, and in their CPD programs and also standards are currently being developed. So my point here is, when you take a look at is what is coming, it is already regulated, it's already required, it's already expected. So we just have to get ourselves ready and get them done. So looking at what we record and how we disclose them and what we report. We currently have financial capital recorded and reported and disclosed. Manufactured capital recorded, reported, disclosed. What about intellectual capital? What about social capital? What about natural capital? What about human capital? I usually make a joke around this point. I would say most organizations will say, oh, our people is our best asset. And I will say, okay, if they are your best asset, where are they on your balance sheet? Where are they disclosed? If you record them, maybe you say, well, the accounting principle does not allow that. Okay, fine. What about you disclosing them? What about you putting it in your comments? Anyway, my point here is we have 6 different types of capital, but we are only currently reporting on 2 of them. but we need to report on all of them. If we're going to move onto this train of being able to prepare our clients adequately for them to be able to access the funding requirements that require them to have an ESG certification. And who is better to do that? Of course, it's us accountants. So, as I was saying, when you look at your balance sheet, you will say, okay, the current asset section, that report all the financial capital. Okay, that's fine. The fixed asset section report all the manufactured capital. Okay, that's fine. You might even say, okay, there are some intellectual capital probably in your goodwill if you bought a company or whatever else. Okay, that's fine. Maybe you capture some of that. But what about the social capital? What about the natural capital? If you are part of the companies that are in the Niger Delta area and you contribute to deforestation, to the destruction of the fresh water in that area, to the destruction of the mangrove section of the forest in that area, should we not capture that? Should we not see the total value? Should that not be reported somewhere? And what about if you are improving that too? Maybe instead of using generator to power your plant, maybe you have solar panels. Maybe you are based on solar. Well, you should be credited for that, and that credit can actually be traded. It can actually make you a clean manufacturer. Should we record that? Do we have that recorded? If you don't record it, if it's not reported, how do you now get certified? How do you now have access and unlock those capital and financial that you could have actually unlocked? We have examples. Uganda has a good system in place that actually tap into this. Now, some of our Nigerian companies are also tapping into it. An example of that would be Access Bank. So my point is, we need to move from basically just reporting financial capital, manufactured capital into integrated report that will include all the capital. So the role for ICAN members is for them to measure each capital, connect them through integrated thinking, report them coherently, and provide independent assurance that the numbers are true. That's our job. That's what we need to do. Now, carbon accounting. There are basically three scopes here. The first one is direct emission. Okay. When we are looking at direct emission, we are looking at what the company itself, what they generate. This will be emissions from the company's own sources, their engines, their furnaces, including the power generators, all of those that the company itself creates. Okay. In Nigerian context, it could be also gas flaring in the Niger Delta, okay, which is the single largest scope 1 liability for the nation. And it is measurable, it's reportable, it's reducible. What about the scope 2? Well, the scope 2 is the indirect energy. These are energy or emissions that come when you purchase electricity from the grid. Okay, it's not directly generated by the company, but is bought. For instance, when there is power in Nigeria and the company is using the, I think we call it NEPA. I don't know the name they call it now. I think they call it IBDC or ICAN, whatever. I'm not too sure what they call them anymore. They've broken them apart now. So my point is, when there is that grid power, that is under scope 2. Because with grid instability, most Nigerian businesses still run diesel generators. Okay, that will be a growing scope 2 reporting body for every one of these companies, if they choose to, if it's part of what they want to do, which they should. Now, the scope 3 is your value chain, all upstream and downstream emissions. These include agriculture, including land clearing, methane that is being produced by the cattle, right? Logistics, in terms of all those trailers trucks. There could also be banking portfolios involved in Scope 3 reporting. So Scope 3 basically reaches into every sector that an ICAN member serves. If you ask any of your clients today, do they know their Scope 1 figure? Most likely they will say not. And what is their Scope 1 figure? How do they get it? It's not that difficult. If they run generator, all what they need to find out is how much diesel do they use. We know how much carbon dioxide is produced per liter of diesel. We can account for that. Once we know how much diesel is used, we can find out how much carbon is released through that. And if they manage to reduce that year over year, then it becomes something that can be reported, something that can be disclosed, and something that can be assured. So these are the three scopes that we have. The hidden balance sheet in Nigeria, the natural capital. I've briefly spoken about the Niger Delta mangrove, right, which basically help us to absorb a lot of the carbon, but most of that area is probably gone now. The coastal protection that is worth hundreds of millions that can avoid, help us to avoid flood is damaged. The value of that is enormous. On the balance sheet, do we record that? No, zero entry on the balance sheet for that. What about our forests in the west, in the southwest Nigeria? Our rainforest in Ondo, in Ogun, in Oyo, in Ekiti. All those areas. Those are all ecosystems that help with biodiversity and also with carbon sequestration. But some of them have gone. They've been cleared. Before I left Nigeria in 1997, driving from Lagos to Ibadan, you see lush forest on both sides of the road. Lush, green, thick. The last time I was in Nigeria and I drove from Lagos to Ibadan, it's as if the two cities have joined, they basically become one city. There is hardly any forest along the road anymore. Okay, well, what do you think happened to the carbon that those forests are supposed to absorb? Now they are not being absorbed. Do we have any account of that for some of these big factories that are along the, that are in replacement of them? Well, of course not. We don't. So should we not? Is it not valuable? They are valuable. So if they are valuable, how come they are not being reported? They should. The mandate now is they should be reported. There should be an accountability for that. And also, it helps because you need to access funding from the international market. They're going to require that you give them some certification regarding ESG. So what about Nigerian freshwater? All the wetlands, all the aquifers? They are all also part of what needs to be reported. If they have been affected, then they need to be reported. So that's what we are talking about when we are saying our ledger needs to be made green. Our GL needs to be made green. Our balance sheet needs to be made green. So, green finance, the benefit. The benefit is, if you look at fixed income instruments, right, that are earmarked for climate project. Access Bank was able to access one of them, I think, recently. Okay, so it requires assurance. It requires assurance from ICAN members for there to be credible. Now, does everybody needs to kind of understand that if you need to get, and you might be saying, okay, what if I don't want green bond? Why won't you want green bond? The reason why green bond is there is the terms are much more friendly. Okay, the rates are low. When they are giving other people 7%, you might be able to get yours for 3%. And when you need $1 billion, well, 3% is a lot of money. So, and what does it take? You might need green certification. So, there are also sustainability-linked loans, long-term loans that are tied to verified ESG key performance indices. The verification has to be done by a chartered accountant. There is also the ESG assurance services, which is the fastest growing professional services segment globally right now. In Nigeria, almost entirely untapped. There's an opportunity, huge opportunity for us as ICAN members to tap into assurance services as it relates to environment, social, and governance. The same aspect again about carbon credit verification. Nigeria's forests and wetland can generate carbon credit worth billions, but all of that need verification and reporting. And that verification and reporting can only be done with professional accountant with adequate accounting skills. It's the same accounting skills that we use in recording, reporting, disclosing, and assuring the financial capital and the manufactured capital. It's the same skill set. And we do possess that skill set. We may need to do a bit more of, development and training in that area, but we do already have the fundamental skill set that is required. So let's look at global green bond issuance and Africa's ESG asset under management growth. The global green bonds issued in 2024 is 620 billion, okay, which is 1/3 of global asset under management. 1/3 of that, 1/3 of total global asset under management is green bond, related. Because most people that are investing nowadays, they have all been sensitized to know where their money is going. And 1/3 of them want their money to be invested on companies that have ESG sustainability components. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to let you know that 0% of that is actually in Nigeria right now, which means Nigeria has not been assessing green bond as much as they should have. Okay. So there's a huge potential if we can get people can actually start incorporating green certification into their practice. Now, ICAN's role in Nigeria's sustainability transition. The first thing is leadership, developing sustainable accounting standards that is aligned with the regulation from Security and Exchange Commission, from Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, even the CBN also have their own regulation, the International Federation of Accountants, Global Reporting Initiative, International Sustainability Standard Board. All of these have standard and regulatory realities that needs to be adapted. Now, again, professional education is also important. You need to build sustainability CPD modules for all ICAN members. I'm not sure if ICAN already have that. They may already have it, but if they don't, that needs to be built from foundation to advanced assurance practitioner level. Now, the regulatory